Welcome. In this training video, you will learn, as the defendant, how to use TurboCourt's online dispute resolution to negotiate with the plaintiff to reach an agreement so you can avoid going to trial at court. When the plaintiff files a claim against you in small claims court, they need to have that claim served on you. Included with their claim will be this Notice to Defendant of Online Dispute Resolution. It explains that you must register for online dispute resolution, otherwise known as ODR, so you can negotiate with the plaintiff and try to reach an agreement, avoiding having to go to court for a trial. It also explains how ODR works and other important information. The notice includes the link to register for ODR in TurboCourt for Pierce County. Going to this website takes you to TurboCourt, where you will register for ODR. If you are a first-time user of TurboCourt, you need to register with TurboCourt by clicking the Sign Up button. Provide the required information, your name, email, and create a password. Optionally select the security question and provide a corresponding answer in case you forget your password. And then click Sign Up. Register as either an individual or a business. These are the only options currently available for your location. To complete your TurboCourt registration, you would click Continue. Once you are registered, you'll receive a confirmation email. If you're not a first-time TurboCourt user, then simply enter your email address and password to log in. Once you are logged in, click Next. Enter your case number that appears on the claim that was served on you, and then click Next. The introduction page provides lots of helpful information, including frequently asked questions on the right side. For example, I could click on What is Online Dispute Resolution and see the corresponding answer. Click Next when you're ready to proceed. You will see your case information, and now it is time for you to indicate what your role is. If you represent an organization or business, you'll be asked to provide your first and last name, and then check the box confirming that you're an authorized agent for this firm. For this training video, I am the defendant. Once you've selected your role and clicked Next, you are provided additional important information regarding ODR. After you click Next on this screen, you will then be registered for ODR for this dispute. And that's it. It's that simple. You can see a summary of your case information by clicking on the View link off to the right. You can click the Enter Negotiation link to enter the ODR area to negotiate with the other parties. If the plaintiff has not yet registered for ODR, you'll have to wait for them to do so before you can actually begin negotiating. If you do enter the ODR negotiation area before the plaintiff registers for ODR, it will look like this. As you can see, the status of your negotiations is pending. And you are the only party shown in the ODR area at this time. When the plaintiff does register for ODR, you will see their name in the ODR area and you can begin negotiating. Notice that the status is now negotiation in progress. It's important to note that once both sides have registered for ODR, you will have 72 hours to complete your negotiations. Let's look at this negotiation area. At the top, in addition to showing the status of your negotiations, you will see your case number, resolution deadline, and claim amount. If you move your mouse over the "What Can I Do Here" link, it describes everything you can do on this negotiation tab. As the defendant, enter your negotiation terms, entering a dollar amount you are willing to pay either in full or in installments. If you offer to pay in full, enter the dollar amount you are offering and the date by which you will make the payment. In this scenario, I'll choose payment in installments and enter the total amount I'm willing to pay. You don't have to add the dollar sign or commas if you don't want to. I'll then enter the installment payment amount that I'm willing to make and when my first installment will be made. And finally, on which day of the following months will the remaining installment payments be made. When you're done entering your negotiation terms, click the Save and Notify button. The other parties are notified via email and/or text that you've updated your negotiation terms. To send a message to the other parties, use the chat area on the right. Type your message in the message box at the bottom of the chat area and click the Send button. Once you've entered your text, click the Send icon. The plaintiff will see your chat message. You can also add an attachment to the chat area, which the other parties will also see. To do so, click the Add Attachment link. Select the file you want to attach. You can even take a photo with your phone or tablet and attach that. Once you've attached your file, click the Send icon. The plaintiff will see this as well. Let's imagine now that the plaintiff has made you a counteroffer. When the other parties add or update their negotiation terms, you'll be notified by email. Here we see the email you received when the plaintiff updated their negotiation terms. If you aren't already logged into ODR, you can click on this TurboCourt ODR website link in the email to return to your negotiations. Enter your username, which is your email address, and password for TurboCourt. Make sure the Login as Mediator box is not checked, and click Login. And here you are, right back in ODR, where you can see the changes or additions that the plaintiff made. So we see that the plaintiff submitted this chat message and then provided a counteroffer asking for $1,650 with $550 monthly payments. Let's say that after viewing the plaintiff's counteroffer, you decide to accept those terms. If you decide to accept those terms, you will need to update your negotiation terms to match the plaintiff's terms. The reason for this is that when the plaintiff has TurboCourt generate the settlement agreement document, it will use the negotiation terms on the defendant side to generate the agreement. I'll go ahead and update my terms and then click Save and Notify. I'll also add one more text message. The plaintiff is notified of these changes. There is also an additional terms tab. You can add more negotiation terms and other terms if needed. These will be added to the settlement agreement also. To learn about adding additional terms, see the separate short video training for that. Once you and the plaintiff have reached an agreement and updated the terms, it's time to have the settlement agreement generated. The plaintiff is the one who can have TurboCourt ODR generate this agreement. Again, it's based on the negotiation terms that appear on the defendant's side. Once the plaintiff has the settlement agreement generated, they will submit it to you in ODR so you can review it. Now we see your dispute when the plaintiff has submitted the settlement agreement for you to review. Notice the status of your dispute is agreement pending. To view the agreement, click on the document link. You will see the dollar amounts and dates that were set forth in your negotiation terms. Indicate if you agree to abide by the terms of the agreement or if you do not agree. If you indicate that you do not agree, if there is still time remaining in the 72 hours that you are given, you can continue to negotiate to try to reach an agreement. If you aren't able to reach an agreement, the plaintiff may file a stipulation of non-agreement document with the court. In this situation, the court would set a trial date and provide you with the details. Or, if 72 hours pass after both of you have registered for ODR and you haven't reached an agreement, then the time to resolve the dispute through ODR expires, and the court will schedule a trial date and notify you and the plaintiff. If you do agree, select that option and then click Submit Response. It shows that you have accepted the agreement, and the status is now Agreement Reached. When you click on the agreement now, you will see your electronic signatures that appear on page 2. Once the plaintiff submits the signed agreement to the court, you will receive an email confirmation that it was e-filed with the court, and you will also see here in ODR that your agreement has been e-filed with the court. Now, simply await the court's decision and further instructions regarding your case. Congratulations! You've now successfully used TurboCourt's online dispute resolution to negotiate your dispute, reach an agreement without having to go to trial.